Hi, everyone, and welcome to, I guess, our second public council meeting via Zoom. Welcome, everyone. We'll get right to it. We don't have a long agenda this evening, but there's a few sort of key things. So first of all, I'd like to ask someone to, would they like to move the approval of the agenda, please? Okay, Councillor Buckle, seconder, Councillor Chason. Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, counterminded? Okay, carried. The first item here, we have approval of the minutes for the public council meeting. Would someone like to move the approval of the minutes?
So moved.
Thank you. A seconder?
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Counterminded? Carried. Next item, I got a proclamation here for Mental Health Week. This is for, I guess, the week coming up. And that's where, I'll just hold on one second there, folks. We gotta mute this thing. Okay. Yes, Mental Health Week. The week of May the 4th to the 10th, 2020, whereas mental health is an essential part of everyone's health and well-being, whereas Mental Health Week has been hosted by the Canadian Mental Health Association and Communities in Canada for 69 years, whereas all people in Canada need to promote, protect, and nurture their mental health. So therefore, it is proclaimed that it will be Mental Health Week in the city of Corner Brook, May 4th to the 10th, 2020. Thank you very much. Next item, land management opportunities. Councillor Sabin. Oh.
Mayor.
Sorry, there you go. Try it again.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. You can hear me loud and clear. That's good. This is a good news story. City of Corner Brook is proceeding with providing opportunities for residents and developers to acquire city land for development opportunities. The city has issued the following: request for proposal for land on the corner of Corporal Pinkston Memorial Drive and Grenfell Drive. Request for proposal for land located at the intersection of Hilliards Road and O'Connell Drive. And finally, a sealed bid auction for land located at the intersection of Old Humber Road and Lynch's Lane. Each of these opportunities have a closing date of May 29th, 2020. More information on each of these opportunities can be found at cornerbrook.com or by contacting Brandon Duffy at 637-1544 or bduffy@cornerbrook.com, Mr. Mayor. So that's all I have to report there, but certainly an opportunity to move things along.
Absolutely, business is continuing. Okay. The next item we have is some information on our outdoor fireplaces. I know fire, I guess, restrictions and things has been in the news a bit. So Deputy Mayor Griffin, I'm going to unmute you here. And if you would, please give us some information on our fire pits and things in the city.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Again, this is for the outdoor fireplaces, not necessarily for the open burn. Anyway, I'll get to that in a sec. We have 10 regulations here when it comes to that. First and foremost, an outdoor fireplace must be designed for that type of use. Number two, a responsible adult must supervise the fire at all times. Number three, persons must burn only what is referred to as a normal combustible. And examples of that would be your wood and your paper. To that effect, no petroleum-based material is to be burned in these appliances, such as plastics, any kind of fuel, that kind of thing. Number four, the fireplace must have a device at the top of the vent pipe that prevent sparks and embers from being released. Fireplace must be placed to allow for a minimum of 2-meter clearances on 3 sides and 3 meters from the wood loading door from the nearest combustible. Extinguishers must be kept within easy access at all times. This may be in the form of an approved Class A extinguisher or a garden hose. These outdoor fireplaces shall not be used when wind conditions are such that they may cause embers to ignite surrounding material. Number 8, if the device is placed on a wooden patio deck, they must sit on non-combustible pad, such as patio blocks. The blocks must extend 18 inches beyond the wood loading door, so that would be in front of the door. Number 9, all fires must be extinguished before leaving the fireplace unattended. And number 10, these devices may not be used during times when provincial fire weather index is in a high or extreme range. This information can be obtained by telephoning the Provincial Forestry Service at 637-2408. Yeah, Mr. Mayor, and when you go down through these one by one, they're pretty, sensible, and there's nothing outside the norm here. It's just common sense, really. It is a fire, and it can. It's meant to, to have some relaxation, family outings, and stuff like that. But all our big fires start small, right? So you have to be careful, especially when you're consuming alcohol as well. Yeah.
Okay.
The only other thing, if I could, now I don't know if I may, what I'm being asked about, or when it comes to the outdoor fireplaces, I think people are getting mixed up with the requirements for an outdoor fireplace and our City of Cornbrook's fire prevention regulations. It's the same, but in other ways it's different, and I'll tell you how it's different. It's the fire prevention regulation is mainly concerned with what we call open fires. Now, an open fire, it obviously is not in those containers because they are contained. An open fire is when you go out and you put some rocks together, throw in a piece of wood, a bit of paper, and light it, and sit back and roast a wiener, something like that. Okay, so whenever you hear the term open fire, then that's what they're talking about. They're not really concerned with the fireplaces. And the City of Cornbrook, our regulations state that from June the 1st to August the 31st, you're not allowed to have any open fires. None. The only way you can get permission to have an open fire would be to contact our deputy chief and obtain a fire permit. The date on the permit is the only day you can have that fire too, by the way. Okay? So it is the same, but it's a little different. And I think what's happening, where the confusion is, they're kind of crossing over. They're all meant to be good. This is all a good thing. But, just common sense. That's it. That's all I have to say on that, Mr. Mayor.
And I know that there's been as well, it's been in the media quite a bit. I know the target conversation on social media as well, because the provincial, Forestry and Lands also put out a statement recently, confirming the annual, their regulations, because it is approaching fire season. And that has, led to some confusion as well about, the ability for people to enjoy the outdoors and things like that.
Yes.
Okay. Anyone have any questions on this item? Okay. No. Thank you very much. Next, I guess we'll move on to a tender, a rubber tire mounted loaders tender. Let me see here if I can get Councillor Granter loaded up. There you go.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The lease agreement for our 6 rubber tire mounted loaders, used primarily for snow clearing, has expired. The tender is issued for the supply of 6 new rubber tire mounted loaders, and the tender closed on April the 3rd, 2020. All bids are listed below, taxes included. Brandt Tractor Limited $13,764.83 per month per loader. Tormont Cat, $13,749.94 per month per loader. That's a difference of $14.89 on those two tenders. The bid received from Tormont Cat, however, was disqualified because a piece of their proposed equipment did not meet the city's specifications. So the proposed resolution, Mr. Mayor, be it resolved that Corner Brook City Council award the contract to Brandt Tractor Limited for the amount of $13,764.83, taxes included, per month per loader for the supply of 6 new rubber tire mounted loaders. So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Would someone like to second that motion?
Second.
Thank you. Questions on this item? Yes, go ahead, Gary.
I'm just trying to find the length of the contract in terms of, is it 1 year, 2 years?
That's a 6-year contract, Councillor. And we take the loaders for 5 months per year.
Okay.
Okay.
So that cost is a 5-month cost, Mr. Mayor, that 13, so it'll be $82,000 per year based on the 5 months usage.
Yeah, is that right, Mr. Burton?
It's
Oh, it's about 70.
yeah, to put me on the spot, it's the 50, 65.
78.
It's about 65,000 per year per loader.
So that's about $412,000.
Yeah.
Per year, yes.
$400,000, all right.
Per year.
Yes.
I probably know the answer to the question, Mr. Mayor, but if Mr. Burton could elaborate a little bit, buying versus leasing.
Yeah, we've had, we've looked at this a number of times, Councillor, and over the lifespan of the loader, the leasing works out very well for us in terms of we don't come up with all the money up front, and a big chunk of the maintenance is actually done by the leaseholder, the leasing company rather than the city itself. What it also does is leasing is over the 6-year period, we'll pay down quite a bit on the loaders, such that at the end of the 6-year period, we get the first option to buy at a specified price. And it's, we know which loaders then are the good ones and which ones are the ones we've had trouble with. So it's worked out very well. This is our, I believe, 4th time now leasing loaders.
Okay.
Thanks, Mr. Mayor.
Councillor Chase, you got a question?
You got me unmuted? Yep.
Yep.
Okay, just a quick question. So we're locked in for 6 years. This will be the price at the end of the 6 years as opposed to the price at the beginning of the 6 years?
Yeah,
we all know everything goes up in price, but we're locked into this price for 6 years. Are we done it?
that's correct. Yes, this is the price now for the next 6 years.
Okay, and then what, it can't change?
No.
Okay, thank you, Donna.
Any other questions on this one?
Just a comment, Mr. Mayor.
Go ahead.
You know, that's quite a contract, because when you factor that out for 6 years, that's $2.4 million for loaders for the city of Corner Brook. That's not chump change.
No, that's the heavy lifting for our snow clearing for sure.
Yeah.
And just to add to that, that's 6 of our 8 loaders. There's another 2 leased from another company, smaller loaders that we use. Yeah, Brandt Tractor is the recommended successful bidder. They actually are a Canadian company that just bought out Tormont Cat. Or sorry, my apologies. They just bought out Nortrax. Mm-hmm. So these will be John Deere loaders, which are the same loaders that we currently have leased.
Okay. Any other questions?
No, just want to make a comment, Mr. Mayor. These loaders might be really a good thing for the city of Cornwall if they don't peel back your lawn at the curb in the wintertime.
Mhm.
Oh, that's a sore point there, Bern. I don't know if that's, you're out. Yeah. You're out of bounds there more than a loader. Any other questions on this item?
No.
Okay, so all those in favor of going with the branch tractor bid?
Aye.
Counterminded? Carried. Okay. Oh, this mute thing is, this video conference thing, by the time this is over, we'll have it all conquered. We have a change order on our Gale and Cochrane water line replacement project. Councillor Chason, let's see if I can unmute you first before I try to interpret what you're saying. Hold on. There you go. You're on.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Gale Cochrane Street Water Line Replacement Change Order 1. The background is unsuitable material was encountered on Gale Street, which required removal replacement with a 6-inch, is that right? 6-inch minus rock and additional Class B. So the recommendation will be approve the contract change order number 1 between the owner and City of Cornwall and contractor Marine Contractors for the Gale Cochrane water line replacement for an increase in contract of $21,235.90, HST included. So the resolution is, be it resolved that the Council of the City of Cornerbrook approve the contract change order number 1 between the owners, which is the City of Cornerbrook, and contractor Marine Contractor Inc. for the Gale Cochrane water line replacement for an increase in the contract for an additional $21,235.90, HST included. I so move.
Thank you. Would someone like to second that? Oh, sorry, that again? I missed that. Okay, we got Councillor Buckle there. Okay, any questions on this item? Okay, yes, Councillor Chason, go ahead.
I guess I guess for the public. So what happened? Was the wrong material that we used, or we had to replace it?
I'll unmute there. Darren, Mr. Charters, would you, I guess, fill us in there?
Sure. What happened was some unsuitable material was encountered. It wasn't the wrong material. It was just once the project proceeded, we got into some material that we did not want to put back in, which would give us an inferior. So we've requested this change for suitable material to go back in.
Yeah.
Perfect. Any other questions there? Go ahead, Deputy Mayor.
I'm just wondering, Darren, is this getting to be pretty well the norm now? Like, I guess where I'm going with this, maybe we could add that to the, we could add that up front rather than having to come back and add to it. You know, like, I mean, put it in so that everything's available to finish the job, whether if you use it or not, then that kind of thing. You know, you see where I'm going there?
Yeah, that can be difficult to do, to ask for prices on things you may or may not use. In an ideal world, yeah, we would be able to do that, but I don't think it's applicable at this point. There's just so many unknowns that I think the way we do it now is satisfactory.
Because we're seeing this quite a bit now, aren't we? Like, it seems like I'm seeing this a lot. Maybe it's not, but.
We did see, I know this came up a nice bit in the 3 phases of the
Phase 3, especially phase 3.
Mine sewer project.
Yeah.
And I guess I would assume that, and Mr. Charles, you can confirm, but if we're in an area where we know that there will be, I guess, potentially unsuitable material, I guess it would be spec'd out as such how much additional materials we would require, right?
That's correct. For example, if you do test pits at an interval of, say, 50 feet, for example, you would know at each point along that 50 feet what the material would be, but you really don't know in between those points. So that's kind of the problem. It is very common. but you just really don't know until you get into mass excavation what you're going to find. There could be contaminated soil. There could be rock at the surface where you didn't expect it. There's all kinds of circumstances where you would encounter unsuitable material. We try to do our best, but sometimes it just, you can't.
Right.
Oh.
Okay.
How far along is that project at the present time? What phase is it at? What state of progress, I guess, is it at?
The project is almost complete. There is some cleanup work to complete this year and all as well. So there'd be minor landscaping, that type of thing, as well as the top coat of asphalt.
And that'll be done, I guess, within the existing funds that have been allocated?
That's correct.
Okay. Any other questions on this one? Okay. Okay, all those in favor of approving the change order?
Aye.
Contraminded? Okay, carried. Let's see, mute. Okay, next up, we've got some funding accounting that we've got to resolve. Multi-year balances. Councillor Buckle, let me get you online here. There you go. You are on.
Thank you. Yes, Mr. Mayor, this is a RFP is intended to address reallocation of balances between the 2017 and 20 capital works program. There were a number of projects from the 2017 and 20 multi-year capital works programs that were under budget, and surplus funding remains approximately $1,030,000. And these came from the Dunbar substandard water line replacement. There was $72,190. Hilliard Road water line looping, $289,232, and the unallocated funds of $670,354. This funding can now be reallocated to cover off projects that have went over budget, as well as be reallocated to other projects that require additional funding to complete. And the staff is making the recommendations that the balance of the funds from the 2017 and 20 multi-year programs towards the following projects. One would be the retaining wall replacement, $39,400. Georgetown Road at Burton Culvert, $8,300. The Regional Aquatic Center feasibility study, $45,200. PRV stations upgrade, $65,500. Elizabeth Street water quality improvements, $56,600. Gale and Cochrane substandard water line replacement, $50,000. Jubilee Field baseball building, $12,000. And the O'Connell Drive at Woodman's culvert replacement at $750,000, which is a big, major project taking place. So, Mr. Mayor, be it resolved that the Council of the City of Cornbrook approved a reallocation of approximately $1,030,000 of surplus funding from the 2017 and 20 multi-year capital works programs towards other capital works projects as listed. I so move.
Thank you. Would someone like to second that? Councillor Sabin? Okay. Any questions on this item? Okay, 1 second there now. Go ahead, Councillor Carey.
The reallocation within that $1 million of $50,000 for Gale and Cochrane substandard. Why did we approve 50 if the overreach is 21?
Which projects again? Sorry.
We just approved a moment ago the $21,235.90 for Cochrane Street and Gale overrun through the change order. But within the approval, within this reallocation of capital works funding, we're approving $50,000 for the Gale Cochrane Street substandard water line. Why are we approving over the amount when the amount that was required was 21, and now we're approving 50?
Okay, and I would assume that has to do with the tender price, but Mr. Charters?
The change order before you is one of a change order. We do expect another change order due to rock conditions. So this is not I would have preferred these items gone in the reverse direction, but the 21,000 is for only one change order that was brought. Staff anticipate another in the order up to $50,000 total for change orders. That's why.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, this might, there's of course, all these amounts that are allocated are allocated before, I guess, typically before the project is tendered. Isn't that correct? And so there might be some differences between what was allocated. So for example, Woodman's, we had an idea of what that project would consist of, but as we get into engineering, that might be it's obviously a much bigger project.
That's correct.
Who else had questions here? Councillor Granter, just one sec. Okay. There you go. You're on.
Yeah, it'll only take a second, Mayor. I had a question, but your words in the last 30 seconds or so with regard to O'Connell Drive and Woodman's answered the question for me.
Okay, gotcha. Any other questions here on this one? Okay. Okay. So let me unmute so you can actually hear you. Unmute. All those then in favor?
Aye.
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 Counterminded? Carried. Okay. And next we have Councillor Carey. You're going to tell us about, I guess we gave notice of motion last week on a change to our taxi regulations. And so we're prepared, I guess, now to move there, if you would please.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, due to the COVID-19 limitations and risk, city staff are recommending to delay the annual taxi inspection and relicensing of taxi cabs and drivers for a 90-day period up until April 30th, 2020. This delay will allow inspections to occur later in the year and hopefully, I guess, occur past the current COVID-19 pandemic limitation period. As the inspection period is scheduled to occur amidst the COVID-19 pandemic, discussion has been had with the taxi industry to delay the inspection period so that safer conduct, and I guess for the inspections outside of this pandemic period can occur. This will eliminate potential of virus transmission by delaying this work, which would also require close contact with the inspectors and the drivers. Therefore, be it resolved that pursuant to the powers vested in it by the virtue of Section 229 of the City of Corner Brook Act 1990 and all other enabling powers, the Council of the City of Corner Brook hereby amends Section 10, Taxi Regulations 2018, and thereby extends the year 2020 renewal period for taxi relicensing for the period of up to 90 days past April 30th, 2020. I so move, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Would someone like to second that? Okay, Deputy Mayor. Excellent. Any questions on this item? Oh, I can't hear you, Byrne. Are you trying to say something there? Go ahead, Councillor.
This means now, Mr. Mayor, these regulations are in effect till the end of July, correct?
That's I would say they would be in effect longer, but let's just get Todd Flynn.
Yes. So what this does is just extends the licensing period. So the licenses that they hold right now will remain valid for a period of up to 90 days. The actual regulation itself stays as it previously was written.
Yeah. But the licenses will have to be renewed by the end of July.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
And the inspections put in place as well, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah. Yes.
Any other questions on this one? Okay. All those in favor of the proposed amendment?
Aye.
Aye.
Counterminded? Carried. Excellent. Okay. We have one more item here, I guess, as on the agenda. Wanted to bring forward, I guess, some updates from the city on this. Of course, again, we can, if there's any questions, we can sort of entertain those at the end. But just a quick run through, I guess, of what's going on from a city services perspective and also a community services perspective. From an animal services perspective, we're only responding to emergency calls, but dog licenses and tags are now available to be ordered online. So visit our website for information on that. ATIP requests are still being processed. There may be some delay depending on, I guess, the staff involved. Building inspections can be scheduled by contacting, I guess, the inspectors by phone or email, and modified procedures are in place, for carrying out building inspections. Permits are continuing to be processed. There is a form online as well for that, which we would encourage you to check out. Our business tax relief, I guess, measures. There is, of course, a 2-month business tax holiday for certain business types and interest relief for all businesses. So the business facilitator is available by phone or email and can provide additional information on other federal and provincial programs that are offering financial support to businesses. Communications is continuing to be provided. Website, social media links are continually being updated. Customer service is being manned 24/7. Our parking enforcement is suspended, however, may be enforced in exceptional circumstances, and officers are monitoring parks and trails to ensure compliance with physical distancing. In terms of engineering, construction on Jubilee Field is continuing, and other infrastructure projects are continuing to progress through their various stages. Our facilities have been closed to the public generally. Our fire department is closed to the public, but normal emergency services are operating at normal capacity. From a garbage collection standpoint, our curbside collection is continuing as normal. Spring cleanup initiatives have been postponed for now, and we'll have more information on that as things continue to develop. Our parks, playgrounds, and trails and our sports fields our sports fields are closed. However, our parks and trails remain open. Our play structures, like in Margaret Bower Park and other playgrounds, have been taped off, as well as the skate park and the dog park. Of course, we want to ensure people aren't congregating. So when you go outside recreating, of course, remember physical distancing measures. Planning development are continuing to review applications. We have property tax interest relief for unpaid 2020 commercial and residential property tax for the months of March and April. Outstanding balances from prior years, of course, are still being charged. We're continuing on with our public meetings, of course, via this format. And of course, if you have to get in touch with council, please go through with the normal sort of channels. Our recreational facilities at the Civic Center and, as I mentioned, our sports fields are closed. Road maintenance and repairs are continuing, and this includes pothole repairs. I understand as well that street cleaning operations are commencing. We're in communication, of course, with our social services and our community supports groups to ensure, I guess, as much as possible, everyone's communicating and able to provide the services they need to the public. We have tax payment options, including online and mail-in, and there's information on our website for that. I would highly recommend. Of course, if you need any assistance with that, please get in touch. And our transit services, I guess, are continuing to operate, but at a limited capacity. And there's a break between 12 and 1 o'clock, I believe. But we are continuing to offer that service because we know it's an essential service for many people. We will be addressing, I guess, fairly soon, our tourism events that are planned for the summer and in the foreseeable future. I know that we have a lot of things planned, but it seems that COVID-19 is going to have an effect on those plans, and we'll provide more information very soon on that. And last but not least, from a water and wastewater perspective, we're continuing to respond. Of course, we've just modified our processes from a city perspective to, I guess, ensure that our staff can remain as safe as possible. Any questions on any of those items before I just review the community options for people?
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, can we, number 20 on the agenda, can we get a quick update on where we're to with respect to payment via credit card or debit card? I know that we were going through that process. I'm just not sure what phase we're at with it. Has it been tested? Is it functional?
Mr. Park, can you tell us about that?
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, we are, I guess, in our final stages of testing the credit card option. So we've run some demos. We're just waiting to see how that all processes through our banks. We hope to have that finalized this week. And we're also looking at other options for residents to be able to go online to view what their tax balances are individually, and then be able to make payments from a website portal there as well. So we're working those processes as we speak.
Excellent.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Any other questions there? Okay. Now, I guess there's a few sort of little updates I wanted to give on behalf of some of the community groups. We have been meeting fairly regularly with a number of, I guess, the nonprofits and public agencies and citizens groups that are providing social services to our residents. The Ministerial Association, of course, runs our food bank, and they're continuing to offer their hampers. And of course, it's call to order to arrange pickup. The Salvation Army is providing, I guess, its emergency food, clothing, and lodging. It can also, of course, provide emotional and spiritual help there. The Community Mental Health Initiative is continuing to provide housing support for individuals with complex needs. The Status of Women is closed to drop-in service, but they are available for other consultations. The AIDS Committee is providing the Safe Works program. It's been somewhat modified, but they tell me they're able to access their clients. But please get in touch with them if you do need their services. Willow House is still providing its emergency service shelter services for women and children in crisis. Halibut First Nation does have, I guess, some help with things like medical transportation and other information. So please get in touch with them if you are, I guess, a member. As well, their pharmacy services. Most pharmacies in the city are providing some type of service. Quite a bit of, I guess, consultation on that as well. But please get in touch with them. And they can usually help you solve your problem and how to get access to the medications you need and other services. The Red Cross is providing, I guess, as we know, provincially, help for people for non-medical issues when it comes to COVID-19 self-isolation. So food and consultation there. And of course, their 1-800 number has been publicized, but we have it on our website as well. And of course, there are many mental health supports. So this is something, I guess, that we're dealing with now, but we will be dealing with for quite a while. And so it's a particularly stressful time for all of us. So there is, of course, the provincial government has talked about bridgethegap.ca with 2 Ps. And that is a wealth of resources for people to whether it's self-care, or to get in touch if you're in crisis and things like that, or you know people who are in crisis. So again, congratulations and thank you to all of the people out in the community who are still providing these services. They're very resilient and very creative with how they do it. And again, I would expect nothing less, knowing how well these groups know how to run themselves. So I don't know if there are any other questions before we go on that. Yes, Mr. Burden.
Just 2 reminders, Mr. Mayor, to the public. First of all, our hired equipment standing offer for the summer of 2020 closes on Wednesday, April 29th. So just want to ensure the contractors get their bids in by Wednesday. And also the concrete, asphalt, and granular tender has now been released. We've had a few questions on that, and that's closing on Friday, May the 8th at this point. So just want to drop off a bid, you just come to City Hall, call 637-1500, and the CSRs will come out, get your bid, sign and stamp it with you, and put it in the tender box for us.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yes, Deputy Mayor.
Yeah, I just want to go off the grid a little bit. I would just like to take the opportunity to it. My mom celebrated her 91st birthday there last Thursday, and I'd like to publicly wish her a happy birthday. She's going strong, and she's a mother. God love her. I just want to. Yep.
Sounds good. Okay. Well, thank you all very much. And again, Council, if you could hang on for a few seconds, and there's a couple things you got to debrief on. And but otherwise, we'll see you we'll see you next time.
Clackamora.
Stay safe.
Be safe.